No, they don't know because they're not.
Well, wake up, wake up. Okay, everybody, it's a cold, brisk December night.
Not that cold.
But not as cold as it could be. I'm here with actress Amy Hargreaves. She's the star of stage, screen, and television. You may have seen her in 13 Reasons Why. 13 Reasons Why. One of my wife's favorite shows, Homeland.
Homeland, of course.
And I recently saw a film with her in it called Linoleum, which is one of my favorites.
I'm so glad you watched that.
It's really one of my
beautiful.
favorites.
Search it out. Jimmy
Yes.
Gaffigan is in it. He stars in it.
And it's a great story.
Just love being a part of that movie.
So why am I out here with you?
Because we're going to work. I'm doing a play right now, an off-Broadway play called Till Death on Theater Row on West 42nd Street. And we are going to take a little bike ride, which is my daily commute from my neighborhood in Yorkville all the way to the far west side.
Yeah, I was just over there. They just christened the 10th Avenue double wide bike lane.
We
so
love
I was just over
love
there.
a bike lane, and we love a double wide bike lane. What's fun about this ride in particular is I feel like it's like an iconic New York City ride because it takes me out of my little neighborhood and shoots me right into Central Park. And now, it's a little bit of an off season for Central Park, so it's a little quieter there. There's just, some pedicabs, a couple of horses, some people. Get to have a nice peaceful nature ride through the park, and then I go out right down 7th Avenue, right through into the belly of the beast, into Times Square, where there's like tourists, doing selfies. So it's a little bit
a little bit of everything. You're riding.
Yeah, and you got to be careful when you're going down through Times Square because there's a lot of people who are not from New York and who don't get it, and they're just stepping right out into the street and stuff. So, but it's fun. It's exciting, and it gets me kind of in a good headspace to do the show.
We were chatting over Twixter, or whatever you want to call it now.
Mm-hmm. We're internet friends.
Yes. And everybody's like, oh, people who are stars, they must take cars everywhere. Mm-hmm. So I'm talking to you, and she told me that she had ridden this past Saturday when it was really wet and nasty out. And I said, well, you're really hardcore for doing that. And you said, well, I don't want to take the subway. It's like 30 or 40 minutes or whatever. You didn't say take a car or a taxi.
Well, also, I think, you have to make the difference between doing, a big budget TV show or a big budget movie and off-Broadway theater, which the budget is not there, really, for those kinds of things. So we get ourselves to the theater and home, and I just choose to do it this way on a bike because it kind of clears my head. It sets me up for, to focus on the show. This play that we're doing is really emotional. We cry a lot in it, so it's nice for me to just leave it at the theater and bike home, and I get there faster.
I rode in today, and I must have passed 400 cars to get to 42nd Street on the other side.
Yep.
I was just like, how are people sitting in these cars? And a lot of them could be taking transit or walking.
Yeah, especially this time of year. It's funny because after the show I come up 8th Avenue and I come across 52nd, which is a relatively nicely protected bike lane all the way to 1st.
Yes.
The amount of cars I fly by that are just parked on 52nd Street waiting for the traffic to clear, it's amazing. So lucky us.
It's always nice to be like, well, I got a little exercise in,
Yeah.
And then you're like, if you ride, and I know,
old, so it counts,
I'm 56.
Yeah, he's
a little
he's
older.
so much older than me.
Yes, a little
Don't
older.
look it up.
Hey, I remember going to the theater
Yeah.
to see Brain Scan.
Did you see that in the theaters?
Yes, I saw Brain Scan.
Wow.
But I didn't know it was you until recently.
Right. We've got some really, really big super fans that just love that movie. It was just such a moment in time. It really, what was it, 94 it came out, I think. And
was that one of your first roles?
That was my first lead in a huge project.
Do you want to go check out 3rd Avenue?
I would love to.
Okay,
Double
3rd
wide.
Avenue, double wide. I rode double wide today. I rode double wide
I'm going to
Saturday.
put my tea in my backpack and put my helmet on, and we're going to go. I have something that I get very excited to show people. Yes, take a look. It's the original. Never lost it. It works great. And then I just go right over here. Do you know this little fun fact? You can just
Activate.
I bet you didn't know that it worked like this. Come on now, checking.
Checking.
It's checking.
Light me up.
Please.
Hey! And now undocking. There you go. You got the pink light there anyway. So.
Yeah, I feel like these bikes are pretty well lit. Yes, this is my little flashy.
Yeah, that's good.
I like to, hand signal. And
First time I'm seeing the armadillos in the wild. They're very, very cute, and I hope that they're effective at keeping cars out of the bike lane. I think they will be.
I discovered you, and so many of my friends are now following you.
Oh, good.
And you're following some of them.
Great.
Because you're
bike
all,
Twitter.
Bike Twitter.
Bike Twitter, it's so fun. Yeah, I love it. Because
Yeah, and
biking is important to me. It's so much fun, and it's so, I don't know, it just gives me a lot of joy. I say to my friends all the time, especially the e-bikes, when I get on the bike and I start pedaling, I not only do I talk and sing to myself, but I catch myself going wee. I'm a big fan of bike Twitter.
Uh-huh.
I'm also a big fan of bird Twitter.
And what's Flacco?
The owl that escaped
Oh,
the zoo?
the owl! Yes,
He's on
yes.
there. Let's go. We got the light.
Okay.
This intersection up here gets really crazy in the summer or on nice days.
Oh, someone coming down.
You just have to look at it right now. I just take, yeah, you know. How do I say this? It's a mode of transportation. This is not like I don't really. I'm not knocking anybody who does this, but I don't get on my bike on a Saturday afternoon and get in my car and drive my bike to the country to go ride around for 2 hours. I want to use my bike to get from point A to point B.
Yeah.
Like 80% of the time of my life. I don't have a car. I rent a car when I need one, and I'm not against cars, but I just think like we've forgotten that like we can do things differently, and it's better for us. It's better for the environment. It's better for the city.
You're following a lot of stuff like that open plans at Street Film Streets blog,
Absolutely.
transportation.
I did the
alternatives.
ride out, the ladies ride out in the Bronx. Was it ladies? Maybe it was.
You did? Was it wet?
It was freezing. I mean, just to get there in the pouring rain, it was like we got there. We were like,
Wow.
okay, now we have to start this thing. But it was really fun. We rode across High Bridge, which was so gorgeous. I haven't been there since they, reopened it.
Yeah, it's so
and
nice.
then down and back over into the Bronx. And here we are, at the center of the world, Times Square. It's insane.
I haven't ridden through Times Square in a long time at
See?
night.
Isn't
It's
it-
beautiful.
It's a lot. But over here is look at this big gigantic gorilla. I mean, what the?
What's he doing?
He was here exactly at this light last night, so this must be his spot.
Well, what do you think? Those people going to pay congestion pricing. You think that's good?
I think it's fantastic. Guess what? If they don't like it, they can take the train, which is a great option. We've got the light now if you want to do it.
Let's do it. Whenever you're ready. And do you got a home dock here?
Yes.
You got a dock that you?
I have two. I have the main one, and then there's another one that's like a block away that a lot of times will give me points.
There you go.
Okay, so, New York is expensive. You got to be thrifty where you can. So I can rent a car over here at Hertz, but it's going to cost you like $9,000. So sometimes, you got to figure it out. And to go to LaGuardia, it's cheaper, substantially cheaper if you're renting a car for like a week or something. So now that the Citi bike docks have expanded closer to the airport, you can kind of get there. So rent a car at LaGuardia, hop on the Citi bike here, go over the bridge, up Crescent and out, and park the Citi bike and get in the car, and there you go.
I'm Harold Faulkner,
I'm Blair Gladwell.
and I'm a vote for change.
I'm a vote for consistency.
She's a cult leader,
Harold Faulkner is a renegade. He'll kill to win.
so tell me,
Do I have your vote?